TRU is proud to have trained over 60 interns and other young professionals over the last 25 years, providing them with hands-on experience organizing and advocating for more and better public transit, while also developing critical skills that help them for many years to come.
So when I moved to Detroit for undergrad, I moved to Detroit without a car and quickly realized the importance of public transit advocacy in the city. Um, and as I was also learning how to be a bus rider in the city, I was also getting my urban studies degree and realized how intertwined advocacy is with making updates to systems. And I decided that I wanted to intern with TRU to learn a little bit more about how we can advocate to make transit systems better.
Transportation Writers United was an opportunity for me to really step into like that transportation piece of it and transit equity. And that was something that was really attractive to me, especially during the time when there were a lot of challenges that people were experiencing with DDOT in particular. And so it was a great opportunity for me to come in and learn a little bit more about the system, but also be a part of advocating for improvements to the system as well. So it kind of gave me that space to kind of have that hands-on experience, but also to learn more about how our ecosystem really works.
At TRU, interns are far more than coffee fetchers. Even our youngest team members jump right into researching transit data, interviewing bus riders to understand their needs, and leading outreach at fairs and festivals to build voter support, among many other important activities.
So I was a community engagement intern, and my main focus that summer was working on the 2016 RTA ballot initiative to help increase funding for transit across the Metro Detroit area. I think what stood out to me the most was how many riders that I talked to just day to day, whether it was canvassing at different community events or at bus stops or going to different community organizations and other nonprofit group meetings, to hear from people about how transit impacted their ability to get to school, to work, to medical appointments, and how crucial this campaign was going to be for them and the need for increased transit accessibility across the metro region.
So my role as an intern at TRU was doing transit interviews with individuals, kind of man on the street type interviews with folks. I had a partner, another intern, and we walked to different transit stops, different transit spots, and asked people about their experiences riding transit. And we were able to interact with lots of people who, they're coming from lots of different walks of life. It was really beautiful to hear some of the stories and the visions that people had for transportation in their city. Everybody had a reliance on transportation, public transportation in some way, shape, or form, but there was also just a broader kind of appreciation for what can happen.
My time at TRU really informed and made me aware of the mobility ecosystem in Detroit. I feel like I was introduced to a ton of people in the space through my internship at TRU, and so I would say that was super helpful in just building my network and meeting people who are also really into and shared the same values and goals as me.
The hands-on experience young people get working at TRU has launched many great careers advancing transportation in Michigan and beyond.
My work at TRU has heavily informed the entirety of my career. I'm currently a transportation planner at the Seattle Department of Transportation, where I work on the Vision Zero program, so working towards zero serious injuries and fatalities on city streets by 2030. Since my time at TRU, though, I've worked in the transportation space ever since. I got the chance to do some work at the federal level. I worked for the city of Detroit for a while and did some work, transportation related work at the local level. And like I said, really got to learn kind of the way advocacy fits into that entire ecosystem of policymaking from the top down.
As an attorney now, I'm dealing with impoverished populations that rely on the bus to get to court, to get to appointments, to get to really crucial meetings that I set. And I see day in and day out how a lack of accessible, affordable, reliable transportation affects not just their lives, but their legal cases.
Interning at TRU is a powerful vehicle for social justice-minded professionals to carry their careers to the next step. TRU is an amazing launching pad for young professionals trying to start a career in social change and social policy, and is an opportunity that anyone in and around the city of Detroit should be very eager to take advantage of.